What's up, MellyMafia? It's your girl, Nimelly, and welcome back to the podcast. I can't believe today is Friday already. And I'm actually on time. It's only 2 o'clock. Podcast drops today at 8. So, we on schedule. We on task and whatnot. I'm feeling this. If the room looks crazy, y'all, my daughter done tore this room up like 50 million quadrillion times this week. Taking a nap right now, as always, and it's been good. I've been chilling this week. I got all the all the Vlogmas decorations. I'm a little tired, so if I'm yawning, I'm sorry, but I got all of Christmas decorations done. I got the tree put up this week. Like, I recorded our new Christmas intro, which I think I'm going to be using it on my podcast as well too. I said I was going to make me a podcast intro, which I am, but I also have to make an intro for the new year as well too. So yeah, it's a lot going on. But I don't have no complaints. My week is great. My baby has been discharged from physical therapy. She's doing so much better with her legs, which I will get into in another podcast episode. But y'all, I can't believe we're halfway through the first season of this podcast. Like, for season 1, I wanted to do at least 12 episodes. I was going to do 6 and cut it off, but this is actually the 6th episode. So we're at the halfway mark. Not cut it off, but do 6 and then, take a breather and jump into season 2. But I said I'm going to do 12 episodes for season 1 because y'all kind of liking this. Like, even though the podcast get a little bit of views, the views that it do get, y'all hitting. Y'all really hitting. And I be looking at the viewfinder instead of be looking at the lens. But y'all really are hitting. It's getting great retention. Like, you guys are watching almost 90 to 100% of the videos. So I'm not even mad at it. 6, 7 views. I don't care. I ain't mad at it. I feel like I got hair in my mouth. But yeah, that's all I got to say about my week. It's been great. Story's been good. She's been sleeping. Good week. Nothing to really talk about. So let's get into our topic. My notes. Let me get my notes. So, the topic today is normalize that if you disrespect the mom, you don't get access to the kids. I'm a firm believer of this. If you disrespect the mom, you don't get access to the kids. And I'm going to explain to you because I commented on this post. I found this topic on Facebook and I had commented on this post. And a lot of people was feeling what I was saying. But I said exactly, like, honestly speaking, if someone is degrading you verbally, through text, phone calls, even in front of the child, why would it ever be okay to send the child to that person? But people love to scream that has nothing to do with the child. So you're going to take being verbally abused so the child can see that person? Absolutely not. Mom mental health matter as well. And that's exactly how I feel. I feel like, why should a person keep attacking you and attacking you and attacking you and, dragging you down? That has a lot to do with your mental and your mental health. You have to not only take that mental abuse, verbal abuse, mental and verbal abuse, on top of having to meet up with said person and be like, here you go, here's the child, here you go. Like, not even speaking like dad. It can be family members as well, too. Like, I'm just going to give you an example into my life. I'm going to give y'all example into my life. And this is a situation where it has nothing to do with dad. Nothing to do with that. Okay. When it comes to his mom, Story's other grandmother, because it's like I said, it doesn't necessarily always have to be, the verbal abuse from dad, the person you had the child with. Mom, the person you have the child with. It don't necessarily be that. It can be other family members. Like, for instance, with our situation, his mom has said a lot of things. We're gonna say that, I wasn't okay with. I felt like I was being attacked. I feel like, somewhat verbally being abused, and it was just like, what, absolutely not. I don't have to take that. You don't have to take that from nobody just for them to see the child. Yes, it's about the child at the end of the day, but if you're going to keep verbally coming in and attacking somebody and degrading them and messing with their mental health, then you don't get access to the child, because at the end of the day, me as mom, dad's working 24/7, you know, I have to do that transaction with the child. You want to see your granddaughter, your grandchild, you have to, you know, communicate with me, and I have to be the one to do the pickup and the drop off. And you know what? At the end of the day, I felt like my mental health came first, and I just wasn't willing to do so. So I allowed dad to handle. So whenever dad got free time to do that transaction, you know, he got free time to pick her up, take her over there and chill with her over there and whatnot. But as far as me doing it, it wasn't. But at the end of the day, I did not stop the relationship, even though I could have. Because I'm big dog. But anyways, I didn't stop the relationship because at the end of the day, my grandmothers wasn't active in my life as they should have been, because one of my grandmas just didn't want to. She chose working. She chose living her life. You know, my mom was a young mom and whatnot. She chose working. She chose living her life. She really didn't, you know, get a bond with a lot of us. So it is what it is. My other grandmother, her and my mom just couldn't coincide, like how me and Story's grandmother just can't coincide. And I didn't build a good relationship to her. I didn't build a good relationship with her until that year we moved from New York City. And then now, like, I call my grandma every day. Me and my grandma talk all the time. We have a great relationship. We have a great bond. But I had to form that bond as I got older, because my mom really didn't have the person, you know, to be in the middle and mediate and do the transaction. Sometimes you do need somebody to mediate, because you and that person just cannot coexist. You and that person just cannot coexist sometimes. And you know, they're awesome grandmother, but y'all just can't, you know, y'all chemistry just don't mesh. Let's say that. Chemistry just don't mesh. And I feel like, you know, Story Father is the middleman. He's the mediator. You know, he does the transactions when it comes to that situation. You know, he picks her up. He takes her over there. And at the end of the day, you know, it just is what it is. Sometimes it just have to be like that. And yeah, like, you just can't. Like, I think a lot of people need to sit back and analyze that. Like, either you come to a common ground or you cut it completely off, because you cannot just be verbally, both parties cannot be verbally disrespectful to each other and think, you know, a transaction is gonna fly with the kid, because it just doesn't work. Like, my feelings is hurt because you're verbally attacking me. Your feelings is hurt because I'm verbally attacking you. Now, I don't feel comfortable with the child. You'll say you'll never do anything to the child. It's just like a whirlwind. I feel like, you know, I'm gonna protect my child at the end of the day. You might feel like that. What is there to protect the child from? Like, it's crazy. But with any verbal abuse, I feel like you can get through it if you're willing to get through it. If, you know, both parties come to a common ground, both parties come to an understanding, like, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is what's not going to happen. If you do this again, then that's it. I feel like when stuff starts to get physical, you can't come back from physical. You cannot come back. You sometimes can't come back from, you know, verbal things you say verbally either, because there was a thing that was verbally said about my kid that should have put the icing on the cake. But I still, against my better judgment, I still allowed that doorway where dad can do what he can do his thing with her. I still allowed that doorway. And it all came to an end. It all came to a crashing end, because people just have to realize you can't say whatever you want to say out your mouth and think you're supposed to still have access to these kids. It's not only disrespectful to the parent. I feel like you're disrespecting the child in a sense as well too. But that's just my take on the situation. That's just my opinion. You just can't degrade someone. You just cannot degrade someone. And it's just like, if you could say this about your own blood, y'all, if you could say this about your own blood, ain't no telling what you can do. Ain't no telling what you can say, what you can do physically, mentally. Is no telling. It's no telling, y'all. I don't know. I don't feel like it has nothing to do with being bitter at all neither. At the end of the day, as us moms, we just, you know, are on this planet to protect, provide, and protect and nurture. And if it's not right in your universe, it's just not right in your universe. But yes, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for listening to my little rant. This episode might just be short because I didn't have much but enough to say. So yeah, I'm about to edit right now. Bye.